scored by Borgia that evening at the arena is the second highest team total in the 13-year history of the shootout. The reason I'm here tonight is to present one of the Borgia players with a very special award. It's called the John Rain Hustle Award. John Rain was a fellow who helped us for a number of years with the shootout in different capacities. He also helped a number of young men in the St. Louis area who, not more the less heralded players, go on to small college and junior college basketball. Unfortunately, in 1990, John passed away of a heart attack at the age of 36. This is John's brother, Jim Rain, here with me this evening. And John and Jim's parents wanted to do something to commemorate the memory of John and his love for the game of basketball. So in 1991, we created this Hustle Award. It's the only award given in conjunction with the shootout each year. We have a panel of judges that watch all of the games each year, and then they vote on the winner or winners. They have to be local St. Louis area kids who participated in it, and they have to display during the event the kind of qualities that John was known for, and that's obviously hustle, hard work, perseverance, teamwork, maybe doing something that's in the limelight, maybe not. Since the award was created in '91, we've had co-winners each year. Last evening I was at St. Louis University High School and presented the award to Chris Dahl of the Junior Billikens. And tonight it's my pleasure to be here in Washington and to present the John Rain Hustle Award to the other co-winner, Ben Kandlbinder. Borgia High School for his outstanding hustle, determination in coming back from illness, and all-around effort, including the game leads 31 points and 7 steals in Borgia's fast-paced 90-81 victory over Troy. 13th annual Coca-Cola Game Away Shootout, December 9, 1993 at the St. Louis Arena.
And don't forget to try the dessert pizza. So drop by Pizza Inn and find out what you've been missing. Pizza Inn in the Clock Tower Plaza in Washington.
I'm Sue from Understall Oil. Did you know you don't have to pay high prices for high-performance gasoline? Conoco's unleaded gasoline contains just the right combination of octane and detergent additives to give your car the performance it needs. Fill up today at Kravitz Service Station or Express Stop, both in Washington. There's S&R Convenience Center in Marthasville or Krakow Store in Krakow. And charge it on your Conoco credit card. Conoco, the hottest brand going.
At first, you might not notice it. You might think there's something different here. All of a sudden, the new smell is apparent. You're right. The Washington office of the Washington Savings Bank has been redesigned, remodeled, and redecorated. It was done for you, our friends and customers. Washington Savings Bank is proud of our remodeled lobby and offices. Stop in and share the excitement. You'll experience faster and more convenient banking services. And after
senior forward, Ken Dyson, the senior strong off the bench. He's playing, starting in place of Ken Dyson, and Jason Reinberg, the sophomore. He will start. For the Sullivan Eagles, it's Kyle Martin, Anson Baker, Derek Dace, Rich Clover, and Mark Lattimore. I said the Sullivan Eagles record of 16-5, Borgia Knights 21-0. Ready to tip off at the Ray DeGrief Gymnasium. Steve Reuther and Frank Eller courtside. Here we go. Up, Kandlbinder tips, controlled by the Sullivan Eagles, back to Martin.
I missed that second half tip-off. I wish they did that twice a game.
I hated jump balls as a coach. We're over here to Clover. He puts up the first shot of the ball game. It's no good. Rebound to Philip, and it's knocked out of bounds by Baker. goes over to the Borgia Knights. Ken Dyson will trigger it into Josh Hotz. Looks like the Eagles going to play a little man-to-man against the Knights. Phillip with the ball on the right-hand side out beyond the three-point line to Reinberg at the top of the key. He's left all alone. He takes the ball right down the lane, up, no good. Rebound by Clover. Clover up, left-handed dribble to the left side. He stops now. Tried a cross-court pass to Lattimore, but it's no good. Stolen by Phillip. Phillip right back on the attack. Quick pass to the left side to Josh Hotz. His long shot is no good. Rebounded by Kandlbinder. He thought about three. Nice in penetrating pass dribble to Ken Dyson. Reverse pass. Reverse shot up and good for Dyson. The Knights draw blood first. 2-0 with 7 minutes to go in the first quarter. Anson Baker, the ball across to Glover. He's long pass now to Dace. Over Dace's head. Looked like it was tipped by Phillip and goes out of bounds to the Sullivan Eagles. Martin will trigger the ball in. Knights in the familiar 2-3 zone. Lattimore out to the top to Baker. Baker, number 31, drilled ball to the top over the right side to Lattimore. He's looking down to Dace on the baseline. He puts up the three. There's no long three-pointers, no good. Rebounded by Ben Kandlbinder. Right back at it. He's out behind the three to Phillip on the left side. He puts up the three. Rattles around and no good. Rebounded by Reinberg off his hands out of bounds to the Eagles. 6:39. Borgia leads 2-0. Anson Baker against the pressure to Clover. He now gets it to Martin, who reverses the dribble. He's slowed down there by the Borgia press, but as he got his ball in control, he tried to take it the length of the court, threw it. A little bit of question. Both officials looking at the other official. The ball does belong to the Sullivan Eagles. I don't think the people in the Greek gymnasium agree with that call, Frank.
I don't think the Sullivan Knights agreed with it. They started walking to the other end of the court.
Long shot by Baker. He puts up the three. Excuse me, that's Martin. Kyle Martin, the first three-pointer. It's good. Hotz's pass to the right side to Ben Kandlbinder. He was going out of bounds. He turned it through it, knocked it off Martin, and out of bounds to the Borgia Knights. Nathan Phillip to trigger the ball. Excuse me, Ken Dyson throw the ball in on the right side down to Josh Hotz. Penetrating dribble in. Now to Kandlbinder. He fakes. Now puts up the three. Rattles around. No good. Right. Rebound by Reinberg off his hands. Belongs to the Sullivan Eagles.
Little slow start here. 6:06 remaining here in the first quarter, and both these teams just feeling each other out at this point, Steve.
There's that hand in your face again against the press. Baker tried to pass the ball to Lattimore, and Kandlbinder got the hands on the ball, knocked out of bounds. Again, trapped underneath. Kandlbinder's up. He steals it away from Baker. It goes to Hotz. The Eagles hustle back on defense, knock the ball out of bounds. Retained by the Borgia Knights. Hotz's quick pass in to Reinberg, and he's fouled immediately as he's good, takes a shot up. Basket is no good. Reinberg, the sophomore, he'll go to the line. He'll shoot 1-and-1. Jason Reinberg, an unfamiliar role tonight as a starter. He's a 6'5" forward. He got a little bit of playing time last year on the state championship team. Reinberg's first free throw is up. It's good. We're tied at 3 with 5:55 showing on the clock. Reinberg's second free throw. It finds the bottom of the net. Knights up 4-3. Clover with the dribble up the court to Martin. He tries to take the ball across the 10-second line. He gets the ball to Ben Anson Baker. Nice little pass to left side. Lattimore, he puts up the shot. It's good. They say it's 2. Lattimore gets his first 2, and the Eagles are ahead 5-4. Hotz right back on the attack. He stopped and Pox 8 foot. It's good. Josh Hotz with a quick return basket. Clover now against the pressure. To Martin, trying to get the ball across the 10-second line. Using up a lot of clock right here now. They do get it across to Baker, down the left side of Lattimore. He puts up the 2. It's no good. Long rebound. Out. 2 guys are banging for it. The striped shirt doesn't know who to give it to. He sticks his hands in the air. Will go jump ball. Possession arrow goes to the Knights. And with 5:16 to go, Kent Skornia and Brian Claycamp enter the ball game. Skornia will take out Ken Dyson. Claycamp takes out Josh Hotz. It's like Nathan Phillip will play the point guard now. The left side to Brian Claycamp, back out to Phillip. He thought about putting up the shot, but he didn't. Looking underneath now to Reinberg. He flashes the post, but no good. Nice defense down there by Lattimore. Claycamp on the right side. He gets his pass down to Reinberg. He skips past the Kandlbinder. He puts up the three. It's no good. Rebound by Claycamp. Should have put the ball up in there and instead he tried the dribble and got knocked away by the Sullivan Eagles. Martin with the move down the court. He does a nice little fake. In fact, he faked it too well. He got called for traveling.
6'5", Borgia on top by 1 point. That press, I think, if they keep working that this half, they're going to have these Sullivan Eagles worn out by halftime.
Well, the Knights will rotate a bunch of kids in. They played 7 already. The Eagles have not rotated any. Their starting lineup, Martin Anson, Glover, Baker, and Dace. The Knights have got Phillip inbounding the ball now. Nice little pass into Skornia. But I believe Skornia is called for the offensive foul as he was pushing the defensive man. I think he had Lattimore screened off, and they called Skornia for the hold underneath the basket. Both teams with 1 foul. 4:37 to play. The Knights are ahead 6-5. Anson Baker up the left-hand side to Glover, down to all the way to the baseline to Jared Dace. He puts up the shot from the baseline. It's no good. Skornia got in his way, and I think intimidated him a little bit. The Knights right back on offense. Phillip tried to pass the ball down to Reinberg. His pass is deflected, goes high, taken in by the Sullivan Eagles. Martin right back in the attack for the Eagles. There's not much scoring, Frank.
A lot of shooting.
And as we say that, Dace puts up the 3. We told you he was a 6'7" kid, but he's not what you would say a center. He missed the 3. Knights right back in the attack. Ben Conrad, strong dribble to the basket. No good. Rebounded to Reinberg. Off of Glover underneath the basket, and the Knights will have the ball.
That's the 4th shot Kandlbinder's taken tonight. He hasn't hit one yet. And
Hotz and Dyson come back in now, taking out Phillip and Reinberg. We've played several different combinations already. Inbound pass is stolen by Martin. He takes the ball the length of the court, and he's fouled by Brian Claycamp. Probably a good foul there. He was going to have the easy 2. Now they have to shoot 2 free throws to make it. Anson Baker, he'll go to the line, shooting 2.
I wonder who does his hair in Sullivan.
Nobody that would own up to it.
Maybe he gets it done there at the airport, like when he's flying through town like the president.
Could be. He gets both free throws. I don't care what you say about his hair. He made the 2 free throws, and the Sullivan Eagles are back on top 7-6. Claycamp left-hand side now to Josh Hotz. He penetrates and passes the ball out to Kandlbinder. Long skip pass of Claycamp. He squares up. Bam! He fouls. He finds the bottom of the net. Claycamp gets his first 2. First 3. Knights ahead 9-7. That's what I told you. I think every kid out there feels like when I get my shot, I have a responsibility to take it. Got a good skip pass from Kandlbinder all the way across. Claycamp was prepared for the shot, put it right up. Kandlbinder now has the dribble down the right-hand side. Long skip pass out to Hotz. He fakes it to Claycamp, dribbles down the middle. He's up, puts up the 9-footer. Josh Hotz has his second bucket. Knights up 11-7. Full court pressure by the Borgia Knights. Long pass down over Dace's head. Intercepted by Dyson. Skornia with the pass down to Josh Hotz off the glass. It's no good. 11-7 Knights. Right back on the attack is Martin for the Eagles. He stepped out behind the 3, dumped it off to Dace, to Baker, back out to Martin at the top. I don't think the Eagles like the pace this quick. I think Schaefer Cutter is saying, whoa guys, slow it down. We don't want to get in this pace. Lattimore from the right-hand side put up the 3-point found the air ball, but Martin came in from the left side with the rebound, put it right back up, cut the lead to 2. 11-9 Borgia Knights. Ben Kandlbinder at the long 3-point attempt from the left side. It's no good. Rebounded by Skornia. Is taken away by Dace. He clears it now to Kyle Martin, who brings it across the 10-second line. Knights in that 2-2. Ken Skornia on the breakaway. He may try to stuff it, and he does. The crowd in it. And Lattimore comes right back, and he fires up a 3. And the fans are still buzzing as Skornia's dunk. Claycamp on the left-hand side, the left dribble now. He hasn't anything on the baseline. Gives the ball out to Hotz. Back to Claycamp. He fires it up. Rebound, no good. No good rebound by Ben Kandlbinder to the right-hand side. Now he's dribbling around, guarded by Martin. Reverse dribble, middle of the lane. He stopped, pops. No good. Dace with the rebound to Martin. 13-12, Knights ahead. 1:19 to go in the first period. Crowd still buzzing after the dunk. Nice pass down low to Dace. As we're enjoying the crowd here, Lattimore makes a nice pass down the block. Dace puts up the 5-footer. Basket is good, and he's fouled. He gets his first bucket, and he'll go to the line. An opportunity to make the conventional three-point play.
Kandlbinder, as I was mentioning earlier, now has taken 6 shots, has yet to make one. He just can't find it. He will, but he's been taken out of the game now by Coach Nair. Going to sit down, talk to him, and see if he can find somebody else with a hot hand.
Sullivan Eagles up 15-13 now. Hotz now fires up the three-pointer from the top of the key. It's no good. Rebound by Dace. It's knocked away. Foul down low on Ken Dyson. He knocked it away from Dace right in the hands of Skornia. Put the ball up and in. But Dyson was called for the foul down low. Eagles will get the ball with 57 seconds to play here in the first quarter. They have the lead 15-13. Cal Martin now against the pressure by Josh Hotz. Hotz long pass into Derek Dace. He stops, strong move to the basket, and it's good. Dace has gotten the last 5, as have the Eagles. They're up 17-13. Josh Hotz, ball was almost knocked away by Cal Martin to the right-hand side of Skornia. Down to Dyson, down on the block. He gives the ball to Reinberg out to Philp. He stops, pops. That finds the bottom of the net. Philp has his first 2. It's 17-15. The Eagles stolen away by Philip. He goes in. He puts up there's that steal by Nathan Phillip. He gets the last 2 buckets. He now has 4. Score is tied. 13 seconds to go. Martin against the pressure. Reinberg out on Martin. Baker. Long pass over to Lattimore. He throws up the 3. It'll be good. No, it's not good. Rebound by Dyson. 2 seconds, 3 seconds, 1 second to Reinberg. He doesn't get it off. Or maybe as it should be. It's tied 17-17. There's a timeout on the court. We'll take a timeout too.
Call Lost Valley Lake, 1-800-747-8907.
Back courtside, Seabrief and Frank Eller, 101.7 FM. The St. Francis Borgia Knights playing host to the Sullivan Eagles. The Knights 21-0, Sullivan Eagles 16-5, and we're knotted at 17 going into the second period. Anson Baker brings the ball across the 10-second line to Dace. Now out to Martin. I think the Eagles like this pace. At this pace, they get about 68 points a ball game, and that's about their average. The Knights at this pace would be about 20 points below their average, and they don't like it. Dace with the ball. He stops and pops from outside. It's no good. Strong rebound by Lattimore. He's stopped on the baseline by Dyson. Given back to Dace. He puts up the 10-footer, and it's no good. Rebound to Phillip. He brings the ball down the left-hand side with the left-handed dribble. He stopped. A little hesitation there. A little too much of a hesitation. The one person he did fool was himself. Off of his foot and out of bounds. He doesn't like it, but that's okay. Good, strong left-handed move to the baseline by Philip that didn't quite work out. It's worked out a bunch for him this year. Didn't work out that time. Baker now with the ball across the 10-second line. Again, the Knights had the hand on the ball. It's to Dace. He stops and puts right on the corner of the free throw line. Long rebound. Ball hit the floor. Nobody got to it. Adam Bowser in the ball game now for the Knights, and he stops Lattimore's shot down the baseline. Rebound by Phillip. Actually, it wasn't a rebound. He missed everything. Crowd, you can hear him yelling air ball. It goes to Nathan Phillip. The skip pass all the way to the left-hand side. His 3 is no good. I talked about earlier, the one thing that Schaefer Cutter said, if we get a streak where the Knights are cold, and we want to just be able to make a run. You know, the Knights, they're not hitting the bucket very well. They are cold, and the Eagles have hung in. And what they need to do now is get a little bit ahead of the Knights if they want to win this ball game.
Playing great defense too, and making the Knights shoot that outside shot. They're not being able to, they haven't had any chance to penetrate and get under the bucket. And as long as you got to shoot those 3-pointers.
That's indicative of the way the Knights have played all year. They're not prone to try to get the ball down low. They live and die by the 3-pointer. So this is the way that they like it. They're going to give them the 3. They're going to take it up and shoot it. Dace now on the block with a nice little in pass down by Glover. Dace puts it up. He's got 7. Excuse me, he has 7. And the Eagles are up 19-17. Josh Hotz now is thinking about the 3. He thought about it just long enough to put it in the hole. Hotz has 7. Full court pressure. Stolen away by Skornia. He goes strong to the basket, and he takes the ball. Around Lattimore, Skornia. He doesn't look like he's sick. I can't imagine he didn't start. He's had a dunk and a real strong move to the left-hand side of the basket there after a couple of steals. Dace, however, answers quickly for the Eagles. 22-7. Borgia Knights, Ben Kandlbinder right back. This is the pace that the Knights like. Kandlbinder gets his first 2. Watch out now. 24-21. The fans all go, yeah. You can see all the parents sitting in front of us, and Kandlbinder finally got that first basket in. They all just kind of go, yeah, like they've been waiting for that. That may be the catalyst that the Borgia Knights need. Todd Hoffman into the ball game now for the Borgia Knights. Reinberg checks back in. We have Kandlbinder, Hotz, Adam Bosler, Jason Reinberg, and Todd Hoffman. The Eagles have yet to substitute. If this pace continues, the Eagles are going to be weak on the legs in the last quarter. That's probably the strategy of the Borgia Knights. Looks like Nair said, I'm going to run them in and out the rest of the night, keep up the pace, and I don't think you guys can hang with me. 5 on my 9. Ben Kandlbinder, he made the layup. He follows with the 3.
I think Steve Nair has the alternative of doing that, and I'm not so sure Marshall Schaefer-Cutter can bring guys off the bench.
Well, if Schaefer-Cutter had, he would have done it by now. Right away, the Knights stole the ball. Todd Hoffman, he gives the ball to Hotz. He stops and puts up the little short jump shot. No good. Rebound by Kandlbinder. Todd Hoffman, he's got it. Knocked away by Jared Dace. Now in the Reinberg, stops and pops out to Hotz. He puts up the 3. No good. Adam Bosler with the rebound. And it's knocked out of bounds by Anson Baker. The Knights have the ball. You got Bosler, who hasn't played a ton this year. Todd Offerman, short periods of play off the bench. Reinberg the same way. So they have a lot of new people in the lineup. Like the nice little give and go on the inbound play, but Kandlbinder blew the layup. 21-27, the Borgia Knights ahead by 6 with 4.5 minutes to go here in the second period. Steve Reither with Frank Eller, KLPW 101.7. There's a shot by Glover, I believe. He gets his first 2. Cuts the lead to 4. 27-23. A quickly played ball game. Hardly any fouls. The Knights have 5. The Eagles have 2.
I think Steve Nair would like to keep it at this pace, and that's probably one of the reasons he's letting these guys sit for a couple minutes at a time. He's going to run this ball against these Sullivan Eagles, and he probably knows that Schaefer-Cutter doesn't have much depth on the bench, and he's going to wear him out.
Schaefer-Cutter's made 1 substitution. He's brought Brett Newbanks into the ball game. But the Knights have been playing 10 kids, and the Sullivan Eagles have been playing just 6. Skornia with a strong move to the basket, tried to do the finger roll across the top, hit the back of the iron, and no good. Martin comes right back, and he puts the ball up. No good. Rebounded right by Skornia. To Phillip on the left-hand side, to Hotz at the top. He stops and pops. It's no good. Well, the Knights have got plenty of shots. They just can't put the ball in the basket. Skornia with the putback, and it's no good. Rebounded by Dace. This is that game that the Schaefer-Cutter wanted. The Knights are just colder than all get out, and the Eagles are hanging with them. 27-23 with 3:41 to go here in the second period. Nathan Phillip on the left-hand side, left dribble. Little pass out top to the Hotz. Skip pass over to Kandlbinder. He takes it strong to the basket. He kind of worms his way in there, but it's no good. We got Dyson has the ball down low, and he's grabbed by, I believe, Newbanks, who just checked in the ball game. Score remains 27-23 with 3:27 to go.
Some incredible rebounding by Kent Skornia, too, the last couple of times Dace came down and missed those shots. Skornia is getting way up there, and we know he has that ability. We saw him slam dunk one earlier in the first quarter.
Tim McLaughlin checks in the lineup now. It's the 10th player to come in for the Knights. He gives the ball to Ben Kandlbinder. Ben puts up his 3, and it's good. He has 8. The Knights have a 7-point lead, 30-23, with 3:16 to go in the second period. Martin's coming across the 10-second line. Baker had the ball stolen away by Phillip, but he's called for the hack. Neither team on the bonus.
I'll tell you what, the Borgia Knights have put the ball up 28 times already this evening.
Nakajima in the lineup for the Sullivan Eagles. We had 2 substitutions by the Eagles, but I don't think it's because they want a sub. I think he says, I've got to get my kids a little bit of a blow. Knights up by 7, 3 minutes to go. Martin dribbling against 2. Pass over to Nakajima. He's thinking about the pass to Dace on the inside, but they can't get it to him. Tim McLaughlin, tough defense. Skip pass over to Lattimore. He puts up the jump shot. Ben Comer just went right over top of Nakajima to get the rebound. However, it's knocked away. Nakajima took it right away from him on the other end. He gets the ball to Martin, who brings the ball across the 10-second line. Not too much pressure put on by the Borgia Knights. Back it up into that 2-3 zone. They're not pushing out top. Lattimore almost traveled. Nakajima on the left-hand side thought about shooting, but he's got Dyson right in his face. Martin puts up the 3-footer from the top. It's no good. Rebounded by Newbank, but stolen by Dyson. Dyson gives the Kandlbinder to McLaughlin. McLaughlin down the right-hand side to Kandlbinder. He's looking skip pass all the way across to Nathan Phillip. Left-handed dribble down the baseline, but he decides to pop it from there, and he does. It's no good, but Kandlbinder's there for the rebound. He dribbles the ball out beyond the 3. He was too close to the basket, I guess. Skornia now takes the ball in the middle of the lane. He throws it up. He worms his way in there, and Skornia has his 3rd bucket. The Knights are up by 9 with 1:55 to go. Ken Dyson with Skornia, Kandlbinder, Tim McLaughlin, and Nathan Phillip on defense. There's Dace with the long 3-pointer from outside. However, strong rebound by Dyson. The senior came off the bench to start tonight, doing a nice job for the Knights. Nathan Phillips, strong left-handed dribble all the way to Skornia. He thought about the 3. He's dunked it. He's dribbled, and he might as well put up the 3 to make the trifecta. Knights shot is up. It's no good. Rebounded by Martin. He brings the ball across the 10-second line to Nakajima. With 1:20 to go, the Knights up by 9 points. Dace to the top of the free throw line. Strong move down the baseline, and he's good. He has 11. He's leading the area in scoring with 23. He has half his average right now with 1:08 to go in the second period. Knights up 32-25.
Knights threw the ball away there as they headed down the court, and that's going to give the Sullivan Eagles one more chance here. 1:08 left, and they're only down by 7, and I'm sure Coach Shavercutter would like to see them pull within 3 or 4.
You need to have a little bit of patience here, get a good shot, and maybe shut them out on defense and have that last shot, and as I said, cut that 7-point lead down to a more workable 3 or 5 or 4, anything more than, you don't want to go at 9 or 10. That's a big problem. Martin's shot is up. It's no good. Rebounded by Brian Claycamp. He gives the ball to Hotz. Hotz takes a strong right down the lane. He takes the ball all the way, and it's good. Just shot off the left-hand side. Used that left-handed well. He is left-handed, and he used it to his advantage that time. Eagles back on the attack. They're down by 9. Nakajima to the left-hand side. I tell you, Skornia has been all over this floor.
He's a wild man.
He was in that guy's face. They take Skornia out. Now he's got 2 fouls. They don't want him to get that 3rd one here before the half-end. Sponsor comes in for Dyson. Reinberg comes back in. Anson Baker reports back in for Nakajima with 31.1 seconds on the clock. It's 34-25. Borgia Knights ahead here to the Greek Gymnasium. Steve Reether, Frank Eller courtside. Anson Baker dribbles the ball left-hand side to Lattimore. He now stops. Gives the ball way out to Glover. Looks like they're looking for the last shot. Tried to pass the ball to the left, to the right baseline to Anson Baker, but Brian Claycamp got a hand on it. Martin would trigger the ball in under the basket. 18 seconds to go. Gives the ball to Dace. Is knocked away by Hotz, but he recovers. Pressured tough by Hotz. Knocked out of bounds off Hotz's hands. We're down to 12 seconds.
They've really done a good job defensively putting the pressure on Derek Dace. Even with 11 points, he's got one of those in a 3-pointer. They've pretty much rendered him less effective than he normally is for the Sullivan Eagle team.
Baker at the top with the ball. Now he dribbles down the right-hand side. Knocked away by Kandlbinder. Gets it to Martin. He makes a strong move to the basket. To Glover. He throws it up at the buzzer, and it bounces off, and it's no good. The Knights go in with a 9-point lead. They're up 34-25. And this is 101.7 KLBW FM.
If you're having fun watching a ball game, you ask me for these tickets, I'll give them to you. There.
Hey, can I have those tickets?
That easy. You know those little exclusionary notices they put on the end of commercials?
Yeah.
Not available for those who are friends, family, or immediate relatives, and those participating in the function.
Hey, the Knights have the ball to start the second half. Josh Hotz, Skornia. Now this is the lineup they typically stop. Oh, Skornia He is going for the trifecta. He stuffed it. He's hit the tray. First bucket of the second half.
Called for his third foul, too, which
a little too pumped up there.
Yeah, well, I think that was a little tight call there on the official's part. But that's going to put Kent in a little foul trouble early here.
Took 17 seconds, got a 3 in his third foul. Dace with a shot from the left baseline. He buries a 3. Derek Dace says, hey, back at you. He has 14. Kandlbinder, he said, didn't take him long to start shooting. He got his first touch of the ball in his first three-point attempt in the second half. Martin right back on the attack for the Sullivan Eagles. Still a 9-point deficit. We've had 2 threes, one at each other. Glover has a sharp jump shot from the lane. It's no good. Rebounded by Hotz. He comes up the left-hand side looking for Kandlbinder. Reverse dribble to the top. Pass out to Nathan Phillip. He puts up the three-point attempt, and it's no good. Rebounded by Glover. Stolen away by Hotz. He puts up the shot on the left baseline, and it's good. Josh Hotz, he now has 11. Anson Baker on the dribble, guarded by Hotz. Glover now has the ball. He stopped. Got to get the ball across the 10-second line. Dace finally does. Stolen away by Hotz. Given right back to Hotz. A nice little give and go, and Josh Hotz has the bucket. It's up 13. Hey, they got a 13-point lead, and just like that, Coach Schaefer says, we need a timeout, and we'll take a timeout too. Steve Reither and Frank Eller at courtside.
This is Kurt Bird of the Sullivan Gas Company. We know the floodwaters didn't limit their devastation to homes and personal belongings. Many of you have lost valuable welding equipment, and we want to help. As an L-Tech Welding Products distributor, we're offering flood relief packages on L-Tech equipment that includes special prices, extended credit terms, and trade-in allowances on flood damage equipment. See how Sullivan Gas can help out. We'll do everything we can to get you back in action. Call 938-4440.
Courtside, the beautiful Ray DeGroote Gymnasium, campus of St. Francis Borgia Regional High School. Knights just bolted to a 13-point lead, 41-28. They came out, scorched the nets for 2 threes and a single. And the Eagles, Dace has 1 three-pointer. That's good. However, the Knights' lead has gone to 13 points. Schaefer Cutter has said we need to talk about it a little bit. Back in action now. The Eagles have the ball. Long pass down court to Lattimore. He puts up a nice short little jump shot. Lattimore's jump shot is good. However, the Knights right back to Kandlbinder down the right-hand side. His shot is up, no good. Rebounded by Dyson. Stole away by Kandlbinder. Kandlbinder took the ball right out of Dyson's hands. Put the ball up and in, and it's good for 2. Knights still with a 13-point lead. Nice pass down low. Martin gave the ball to Dace. Nobody back on defense for the Borgia Knights. Dace has 16. Hotz now dribbles the ball between his leg out on top of the key. Down to Kent Skornia. He takes the ball strong to the basket. It's no good. Rebounded by Dyson. He gives the ball to Nathan Phillip. He takes the ball to the left-hand side. He puts it up, and it's good. He now has 6. Full court press by the Borgia Knights. However, the Eagles break it pretty easily, and Martin takes the ball all the way to the lane, and he gets his 7th point of the ball game. The Knights right back in the attack with Kandlbinder on the right-hand side, looking underneath for Dyson. Instead, he stops and pops, and it's good. It's heating up. I tell you what, the Knights like this.
Oh, yeah, and I don't think the Eagles want to run like this all night.
We'll see if Dave Denier stays a little bit longer with this combination. Seems to be clicking right now. He may stay with them and say, let's see what happens here offensively. Nice little penetration pass down to Dace. He makes a little sharp turnaround jump shot, and it's good. Cuts the lead to 47-36. Ken Skornia dribbling out behind the three-point line on the left-hand side. He gives the ball to Hotz. He penetrates all the way in, shoots the sharp shot from in the lane. It's no good. Rebounded by Glover. Glover gives the ball to Martin. Martin takes the ball the length of the court, and he's fouled by Dyson. I don't know if he got him in while he was shooting him down the floor. I think he says no shot. Put the ball down on the floor. Nice to have their second foul in the second half. Reinberg's going to go in for Dyson. Brian Claycamp, he's going to take out Josh Hotz. Knights have a, you would think, comfortable lead, 11 points, 47-36 here in the third period, but it's not comfortable against the Sullivan Eagles. In the lineup is Clay Weidman for the Sullivan Eagles. Weidman's pass out to Baker on the left-hand side to Martin at the top. Baker now holding the ball over to Martin. He now dribble penetrates down to Sullivan. It's grabbed by Kent Skornia. He gets tied up with a jump ball. Possession arrow points in the direction of the Sullivan Eagles.
I'll tell you something about Kent Skornia. You know, most guys with 3 fouls at the beginning of the second half would not get into a scrape like that. But that's his character. He just plays 100%.
Well, he's cool and he's comfortable. He knows what it does, what it takes to win, whether it's been baseball or football or basketball. He's a guy that any coach would want out on the floor for you anytime. Ball game on the line, you want a kid like that out there playing for you. Nice little overplay by the Knights on defense, and the Eagles respond to it. We'll pass across, and we'll give that basket to Lattimore, although I'm not sure he had it. I give it to somebody.
He needs
Ben Kandlbinder comes right back with a three-point attempt, and it's no good. Lattimore did get the rebound. The Knights have an 11-point lead, 47-38, with 4:16 to go. Sullivan Eagles take the ball to the left-hand side to Baker, down to Dace. Dace faked the shot. Reinberg was in the air. Goes out to Baker now. He puts up the short jump shot, and it's no good. Another strong rebound by Kent Skornia. Left-hand side pass to Nathan Phillip. Brings the ball up. Left-handed dribble. Now through his legs out to Skornia at the top of the key. Skornia down pass to Reinberg. He screens off Glover. Skip pass out to Kandlbinder. He takes his draw strong in the lane. He buries it from about 6 or 8 feet. And Kandlbinder, he has 14. The Knights up by 11 with 3:41 to go. The Eagles are still hanging around this ball game, Frank.
They sure are, and they just can't convert those opportunities that the Knights have given them here in the second half.
Knights right back on the attack with Nathan Phillip down the left-hand side with that very familiar left-handed dribble down. He likes to take the ball to the left-hand side, but he puts up the shot, and it's no good. The Sullivan Eagles get the rebound, take the ball right back on that end, and Martin put up the running jump shot. It's no good. Knights right back on the attack. Ken Skornia, nice pass down low to Jason Reinberg. He's turned around and put it up, knocked out of bounds by Dace.
A couple mistakes by the Knights. Turn the ball over once. They're not hitting, and the Eagles had an opportunity to get a lot closer here, move the ball down, and take that good shot, and they haven't been doing that. They could be within 3 or 4 at this point.
Phillip and Skornia will take a break. Bosworth checks back in the ballgame, as does Hotz. Nakajima takes out Baker. We got Martin, Newbanks, Glover, and Dace. Dace has not had a break. That may be pivotal in the last quarter if he doesn't have the good legs. 49-38 Borgia Knights. 3:03 to play. Long skip pass over to Kandlbinder behind the back dribble. Out beyond the three-point line. He now skip passes to the Hotz. He puts up the three-point shot. No good. Strong rebound by Dace. He brings the ball up with a left-handed dribble. That's his predominant hand. He gives the ball to Glover on the left-hand side, put up the three, and it's no good. I told you early in the pregame that both of these teams throw up the three-pointers. Kandlbinder, as I'm speaking, he throws up the three, and he finds the bottom of the net. Knights up by 14 with 2:32 to go.
Well, I mentioned earlier, too, Kandlbinder, it's just a matter of time when he finds that range, and then he's going to start burying.
Yes, missed his first 7 shots. He's got 17 points now in the ball game. However, Dace is the leading scorer. He just popped in the next bucket, and he has 20. He has half of the Sullivan Eagles' points. And as we're talking, Ryan Claycamp, this looks like the NBA All-Star game on Sunday afternoon. Whoever gets it gets to shoot. I don't see a whole lot of defense going on out there. Derek Dace, strong one-on-one play. We've no good rebound by Hotz. Nice little dribble. Bounce pass to Kandlbinder. He has 19. Dace and Kandlbinder squaring off here now. See who's going to lead this ball game and lead their team in scoring. He has 19. Dace has 20. Foul on Hotz as we're talking. It's 54-40 with 1:48 to play here in the second period. Coach Nair continues to substitute. I thought he might not do that in the third period. Todd Hoffman is in the ball game with Reinberg. Ken Skornia checks back in. 1:44 on the clock. 54-40 Borgia Knights. They lead by 14. Baker to trigger the ball into Martin. He's guarded. He's trapped by Hotz and Offerman. Gets out of the trap, takes the ball to the right-hand side, gives the ball to Lattimore. He puts it up from the right baseline, but it's no good. Rebound came off and hit the ground. Gathered in by Josh Hotz, who takes the ball right back at the Sullivan Eagles, one-on-one. I tell you what, Josh Hotz shows you what Josh Hotz can do. Took the ball down there, missed a shot. Reinberg got the rebound, has stolen away, and the guy throws the ball over the side. Hotz just picks his pocket, just takes it just flat out right from him, takes the ball right to the basket, gets fouled. He'll go to the line to shoot 2.
For my experience in watching high school basketball, you don't see the kind of focus in high school athletes that you do in like a college or professional athlete. I'll tell you what, these Borgia Knights are the most focused bunch of 17 and 18-year-old young men I have ever seen. Their head is in the game at all times.
Well, they started out practicing in October, and they're practicing and playing to play one game this year. After you win the state championship, and you've got everybody back but one, you've got one thing on your mind. State championship, and through all these other stuff, shootouts and games and tournaments, there's one thing that they're doing is preparing themselves for the districts and the state tournament. As we're talking there, nice little tip in by Jason Reinberg on the missed shot by Skornia. Eagles come back with offense. They put it up. Knocked out of bounds. The Knights have it. Knights have a 16-point lead. Give the ball to Phillip. He stopped, pops. Thought we're going to have it. However, Reinberg is in position, rebound, and he's fouled by Glover. It's just about ready to get away from the Eagles right here. 16 points now. We have 52.7 seconds to go here in the third period. Knights up 56-40. The Eagles have got to stop the bleeding in order to get into this ball game in the fourth period. Glover goes to the bench with this fourth foul. That's not going to help their efforts at all. Knights are getting set to trigger the ball into their basket. They're up 16. Josh Hotz got Adam Gus in the ball game. Reinberg screens up for Phillip, who breaks down the lane, but it's no good. Gus gets the ball over to Todd Offerman, to Nathan Phillip at the top. He just flat out fell down. I think he stung his. I think he sprained his ankle. Ball stolen away from Phillip as he fell down with a twisted ankle. Eagles take the ball the length of the court. That is Kyle Martin, and he's fouled. His basket is good, and he'll go to the line to shoot try to complete the conventional three-pointer. Nathan Phillip, he's going to hobble off. I think he's going to go right to the locker room. They're going to get his foot up, and they're going to pack him in ice. No question about it. They're up 14. They don't need the rest of this ball game. They need the rest of the year. Martin makes his 10th point of the ball game. Eagles cut the lead to 13. And there's a timeout on the court. The Knights couldn't get the ball in, and when they take a timeout, we'll take a timeout too.
It's 1994, so start the new year with a good...
39 seconds to go in the third period. Knights couldn't get the ball inbounds. They called timeout. Jason Reinberg will trigger the ball in. He gets the ball to Kandlbinder, dribbles up the right-hand side behind his back. That's why he's being looked at by a lot of coaches. They like all the stuff that this kid can do. He can handle the ball, shoot it, play defense. Todd Offerman pass stolen away down there. Eagles go one-on-one, no good. Rebounded by Reinberg. Knights are still going to get the last shot. Long cross-court pass to Kandlbinder. His shot is up, no good. Rebound by Hotz. His shot's up, no good. Rebound by Hanson Baker. He's almost fouled by Offerman. 9 seconds to go. And finally at midcourt line, Lattimore is hacked by Ben Kandlbinder. A little bit ragged. What you think, Frank? Just a little bit ragged right here.
Yeah, that's a good way to describe it. The Knights want to keep that pace, and I think they're wearing themselves out a little bit. They've got a nice, comfortable 13-point lead. That could vanish quickly if they're not careful.
You need to run, but you need to run with a purpose and play with a purpose.
Exactly.
Not just run to be running. And it looks right now they're in their thing where they're just going to run. They got a 16-point lead. Thought they could get it up to 18 in a hurry, and it never happened. As we're talking, the third quarter ends 56-43. The Borgia Knights on top. And as there's a timeout on the court.
It was the second quarter for them. They did almost let it get away there. Then they came back and played tough in the closing minutes. And as you said, Borgia running just to run and made some silly mistakes there in the last couple minutes.
Well, you have a 9-point lead, and all of a sudden you have 13, you have 6, and you want things to get. They're used to winning by a bunch. All of a sudden they want it to get going, and it just didn't get going for them there. Kent Skornia, strong move down the middle of the lane. He gets the first shot in the fourth period up, and it's good. Skornia has 11. Eagles back on the attack with Nakajima. His pass is stolen away by Ken Skornia. He makes a sharp shot underneath the basket. He has 13. Skornia now picking up the pace offensively as well as he's done on the defensive end for the Borgia Knights. There's Josh Hotz. He steals the ball from Nakajima. He takes the ball up, nice little sharp shot. He's getting away from him. There it is. They have a 19-point lead. What was 9 is now 19. 7:09 to go. Shaver Cutter says we need a timeout. We'll take a timeout too. Back in a moment.
At first, you might not notice it.
13. Three leading scorers for the Borgia Knights in tonight's effort. Ken Skornia has 6, Nathan Philp has only 6, and he's on the bench with a sprained ankle right now. Doesn't look to be too serious. The Sullivan Eagles back on the attack, and Rich Glover gets his second bucket. He now has 4. Ken Skornia on the left-hand side. Thought he was going to shoot the 3. Took it strong to the basket, and he's fouled. Boy, Skornia got in that triple threat position. You didn't know if he was going to shoot it, pass it, or dribble it. The guy got a little too close to him. He put the ball on the floor, took him to the hole.
He's having a great night tonight. And the odd thing is, this is the first time I've seen him sit on the bench at the beginning of the game. I don't know what the thinking behind that was, but if it was for some motivational purpose, it sure worked.
I don't think you need to motivate this kid. I should have such motivation. He has 14. A 92% free thrower. Talk about a nice looking stroke. There it is. Bottom. He now has 15. He's tied with Hotz at 15. Kandlbinder has 19. The Eagles trying to get the ball across the 10-second line. They get the ball in the middle of the court to Dace. He dribbles the ball across it himself. Gives the ball out to Martin. Anson Baker at the top now. Eagles have their starting lineup in there. Glover tries to take the ball down low to Dace, and he does. Dace gets a little reverse layup. He now has 22. They're trailed by 17. Ken Skornia puts up the 3 again. No good. That looked almost exactly like a free throw. Had himself squared, put it up, follow through. Just a little bit short. Rebounded off Dace's hand out of bounds. The Knights will inbound it with Josh Hotz. Long pass out to Kandlbinder. Quick release. His shot is up and no good. Rebounded by Glover, who's playing with 4 fouls. Glover with left-handed dribble across the 10-second line. Out to Dace. Dace is thinking about the 3. He thought about it. Got it. He has 25. He buries it. He's showing people why he's the leading scorer in the area. Why some people say probably the best player in the Four Rivers Conference. And Ken Skornia turned around and just ran Dace down. I wonder if they're running each other on the campus of Mizzou next year. Skornia, as we know, is going to go up there on a scholarship to play football. Dace signed early to play baseball. Those guys are probably running each other around the campus at Mizzou. They've banged against each other a bunch of times in the area around here. I think they respect each other's ability, and I think that's a neat thing to see. They knocked him down. I think it kind of helped him back up, and let's get on and just keep playing.
4th foul there on Skornia.
Skornia will sit down. 64-50. The Borgia Knights on top. Don Schatz, if you're in Sullivan, listen to me. Hope you're enjoying the ball game. Anson Baker, right-hand side pass to Glover. He now gives the ball to Martin. Takes the ball, penetration dribble out to Glover on the left-hand side. His shot is no good. Rebounded by Brian Claycamp to Josh Hotz up the left-hand side. Looking for Kandlbinder. Instead, he takes the ball down the lane. And he's tied up by Lattimore. It's going to be a jump ball. The arrow belongs to the Sullivan Eagles. They'll get the ball. They're trailing by 14 with 5:28. The Knights can't start celebrating. They got to finish this one out. They got to play it till the end. 5.5 to go. Sullivan Eagles could certainly, with the 3 and a little bit of defense, can get back in this ball game. Anson Baker now. He's got the ball on the left, right-hand side to Lattimore. He stopped and pops, and it's no good, though. Rebound by Reinberg, the sophomore. 6'5", Jason Reinberg. He gives the ball to Hotz like he's supposed to and gets his tail down the court. Hotz brings the ball up, gives it to Dace, and he pops the ball into Kandlbinder. Quick release off the glass. Kandlbinder, he has 21. The Knights have 66. Eagles have 50. About 4.5 minutes to go here in the 4th period. Anson Baker, left-handed side. Little reverse pass now to Martin. He takes the ball the whole length of the lane. Tries to give the ball to Derek Dace. He runs out of bounds, and the ball hits the wall. The Knights will have it, leading by 16 with 4.5 to go. Josh Hotz, strong pass left-hand side to Reinberg, who gives it back to Hotz through his leg, behind his back. Gives it to Brian Claycamp. Now skip pass to Dyson. He thought about putting the ball up. Instead, he gave it to Hotz. He thought about it. He did put it up, and it's no good. Rebounded by Dace. Fisher's doing a nice job tonight of letting these kids play. Dace got the rebound there, and he got banged a little bit. Didn't affect him at all. He just didn't call anything, and that's good. Hotz steals the ball. He takes the ball length of the court. He puts it in. Hotz, he has 17. And right away, it's stolen again by the Knights. Well, I tell you what, they can drive you nuts. They give the ball to Kandlbinder. He put up to 3, and you can just hear the crowd just gasp here, just waiting to scream when it goes in, but it doesn't. Eagles come right back. Martin got a little bit too fancy. He kicks the ball out of bounds. Knights have an 18-point lead with a little bit less than 4 minutes to go. We got the hammer man coming back in, Kent Skornia. He's going to come in, see if he can get that 5th foul and get a round of applause.
Maybe another slam dunk before he gets it. You know, I think that here in the 4th quarter, Borgia's just gotten Sullivan completely out of their game plan. They're just not getting the ball down under to Dace. Dace isn't taking the shots. They've got these other guys out here from 20, 21 foot, and they're not making them.
Brian Claycamp playing the point guard now. He gives the ball to Ben Kandlbinder. Kandlbinder got the ball in the middle lane, got 1 foot down there. Looked like he wanted to give the ball to somebody and couldn't. Couldn't get out of the lane either. He gets called for the 3-second violation with 3.5 to go. Knights up by 18. Eagles with the ball. Baker has the ball across the 10-second line. Passes the right baseline to Lattimore. He fires it up and he finds the bottom of the net. He has a dozen. Knights come right back though to Ben Kandlbinder. He stops, pops. This shot is no good. Blocked by Dace, rather. However, he gets the rebound right back. Kent Skornia with a strong move right across the lane. Skornia comes all the way out above the 3-point line. I love to see these 6'5" kids handle the ball like that. That's the amazing thing about the kids nowadays. Like Dace 6'7" or Skornia 6'5", who just handle the ball so well. They can play into the lane, and they can also play out beyond the 3-point line. Hotz finally has the ball, gives the ball to Kandlbinder on the right-hand side, and Ben Kandlbinder, he throws up the three-pointer. Three-point attempt, and it's good. You heard the crowd. It's 2:40 to go. The Knights have an 18-point lead. Lattimore tries to repeat, get on the instant replay. Lattimore didn't go that time. Hotz with the rebound, gets it to the free throw lane. He stops, pass down low to Claycamp, but he can't do anything with it. He stops, tries to pass that real tough cross-court skip pass, as they call it. Pretty tough from the baseline on the left side all the way to the free throw line extended on the right side, over Kandlbinder's hands and out of bounds. Sullivan with the ball. They're down by 18. 2 minutes to go. Baker with the ball at the top of the key. Lattimore now on the right-hand side. He takes the ball down the Glover, reverse dribble. He's tied up, gives the ball to Dace. He takes the ball strong down the lane. He's hammered by Reinberg. He'll go to the line. He'll shoot 2 with 2 minutes to go. I think the Knights may have this one in control. See John Van Leer, the coach of the Pacific Indians. He's walking out with his assistant. He's probably here taking one more look at the Eagles. Maybe one more look at the Borgia Knights.
Well, one of the 5 losses prior to the night that the Eagles suffered was at the hands of the Pacific Indians.
Derek Dace's free throw is no good. He has 25. He'll try to get his about 3 points above his average, and he does. He's a good-looking athlete, 6'7", left-hander. Missouri Tigers want him to throw that baseball from the mound next year. I'd like to have that kid throwing the ball at you. Ken Skornia on 3rd and long. Skornia throws it to Kandlbinder, and it's good. It looked like a football pass. I've seen that kid throw that ball like that before. Knights with a 19-point lead. Glover with the turnaround jump shot from the side of the lane. It's hit the top of the backboard and bounces in. Got a friendly roll, but it's no good. 1:37 to play. Knights by 19. Josh Hotz right back to Ben Kandlbinder. He takes the ball up, and he's fouled by Dace. Dace didn't like it, but I think probably the athlete that he is will go over and probably slap Ben on the butt and say, hey, I'll get you next time.
Yeah, that didn't look like a foul to me, but
Dace just took it. He knows. It's not going to help to argue. You might as well just take it.
Not at this point.
Go find your spot in the lane and watch Ben shoot up the free throws here. Kandlbinder has 26. Dace has 26.
Yeah, this when you're down like by 19 points with a minute or so left, it's just everything you can do to get to that shower, that hot water running.
Okay, Ben Kandlbinder is 27. He's leading the scores tonight. Dace is 26. He needs to have the ball, and they're down by an even 20. Anson Baker on the left-hand side gives the ball to Martin, who's guarded by Hotz. Baker's pass now to Martin. He puts up the long three-pointer. Kyle Martin for 3. He has 13. The Baker's dozen. Ben Kandlbinder, he takes the ball down low, off the glass. He has 29. Dace let him go that time, didn't foul him. Baker right back on the attack for the Eagles to Clover. Clover's shot is no good. Rattles around, taken by Hotz. Hotz gives it to Kandlbinder. He stops, gives it to Reinberg. Reinberg moves to the basket. Thought better of it. Stopped, gave the ball out to Brian Claycamp. Over to Kandlbinder, left-hand side. He stops, shoots, no good. Rebound by Reinberg. He gets a gimme. Less than a half a minute to go. Eagles down 21. Martin with the long tray. He finds the bottom of the net. He has the last 2 buckets, both of them 3. 18-point lead for the night. Ben Kandlbinder, nice pass from Josh Hotz. Kandlbinder has 31. Hey, Jared Dace, he has 29. I tell you what, he backboarded the 3. I think he got to call those to make them count. But Hotz comes right back. Kandlbinder slashes the lane again. Hotz tried to give him the ball, but it's off his hands and out of bounds. With 3.3 seconds to go on the clock. 3.3 seconds to go on the clock. 80-63. Borgia Knights on top. Get a few guys in and give these kids a chance to give a hand to Ben Kandlbinder, leading all scores with 31. He'll come off. Reinberg will come off, Skornia off, and Hotz will come off, as will Brian Claycamp. 5 new kids in the lineup for the Borgia Knights. 3.3 seconds to go. I don't think it's going to affect anybody's averages right now. Anson Baker puts up the long shot at the buzzer, and it's no good. 80-63 is the final. Steve Reither and Frank Eller courtside for Greater Group Gymnasium. Borgia Knights go to 22-0. The Sullivan Eagles 16-6. We'll be back in a moment with some game highlights and totals.
Take a winter break at Lost Valley Lake.